away. Bum 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 ba-da-ba-da-da. Hello everyone, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to put it behind me. Today we're going over the Proclaimers, Sunshine on Leith, something like that. Now I posted about this on my TikTok, so if you haven't followed my TikTok, definitely go check that out. Link in bio. A lot going on there. Some really cool people. But yeah, they wanted a review of this, a full review of this on YouTube. So I'm more than happy to oblige. Now I bought this because of the one song, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles. And I would walk 500 miles. You know, it's a classic song. And it's been covered and memed to death. But one of my favourite TV shows is How I Met Your Mother. And there's a skit in that show where Marshall's old car is a Fiero. And the cassette tape for the song I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles is stuck in the player. So him and Ted are then trapped in the car on a road trip, listening to the same song over and over and over again. And they sort of sing it throughout the episode. It's hilarious. And it's just such a great song. And that's the only reason I picked it up. And because it was cheap. This is obviously second hand. But then I just fell in love with the album. I think the album's brilliant. The two twin brothers, Craig Reid and Charlie Reid, from Scotland. Sorry, I will never do a Scottish accent again. I do apologise. I can't. But it's just so great. And I love that, you know, I hadn't seen this in any sort of new record shop. It was only because I found it in the second-hand one, which is an attribute to buying second-hand. You find so much cool stuff. So let's talk about the looks. So this album came out in 1988. Let me get it out of the thing, the sleeve. And then you can tell because of the double denim. That double denim is classic 80s. That's, oh, and the blue tint put on everything with the double denim. It's not one of the best album covers in my opinion. I reckon that's a much better picture of the boys. That's not a great album cover. But it's still got the hype sticker on it from the 80s, which is really cool. Includes the singles I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles and Sunshine On Leith. So I don't think my favourite song on the album is a single. I might be wrong. But we do have a great sleeve. Luckily it hasn't been re-sleeved or anything. And then I'll show you the record. Since it's second hand, I might as well show them off. It is a how do you pronounce? A few of my second-hand records are by this record label. And I can't for the life of me pronounce the name. Chrysalis Records, but that's a cool label. Yeah, the double denim, it's very, I mean, you can let it slide because it's the 80s, but still, it's really cheesy. But let's talk about the songs. The song kicks off with I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, which is just, I think it's an international super hit, although this album is an international super hit. I believe it was it number, I think it was number one in the UK, but I don't think it did it in the States. But I know that they are huge in Scotland. But I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, it's just a classic, and I really love the song. However cheesy or overplayed it is, it just hits the spot for me. Cap in Hand is a really beautiful song. I will stop doing the accent. But it says this, Dave Whetstone plays a melodeon. Does anybody watching know what a melodeon is? I've never heard of that before. But essentially, so they are a folk band, and you know, with electric guitars and the fiddle and steel guitars. Now, I'll talk about that in a bit. But Then I Met You is a great song. My Old Friend the Blues is a really good song, and I love. So my favourite thing about this band or this group or whatever is their harmonies. The two brothers singing together. I think it's beautiful. I think they really hit the spot. Sean. It's Sean, not Scene. But I would spell Sean different anyway. Really beautiful song. And then side one ends with Sunshine on Leith. Lee. Not Leaf, Lee. And it's an absolutely stunning song. Again, their vocals are on point, especially for the 80s. This is really, like, I mean, if I didn't know this was an 80s album, I'd say it was early 90s, but Come On Nature, I have a really good song. Sorry everyone. So I'm on my way. My favourite song on the album. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. It's a really upbeat, catchy tune with some great guitar riffs and lovely, like the groove, the bass is fantastic. But the lyrics are what make it for me. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way to what I want from this world. And now that I don't want for anything, I'd have Al Jolson sing I'm on top of the world. It's a really great song. Teardrops is a great song. And Oh Jean, the closing track, is fantastic. Overall, it's a superb album. So in conclusion, this is one of those albums that I never thought I'd really enjoy. I picked it up because of the one song, and it turns out I absolutely love it. So I would give this album a 6 out of 10. It's all right. It's pretty good. And I'd recommend that anyone give this a listen if they like folk music, that is. But I haven't really listened to any of their other stuff, so I probably need to give that a go. But the Scottish accents, as I forgot to mention, they sing with their accent, and they're both from Scotland, obviously. And the Scottish accent is brilliant. I've always loved the Scottish accent. I've never actually been as far up as Scotland. Furthest I've been up is Liverpool and Manchester. But I always wanted to go to Scotland. It's a stunning country. And this is fantastic. So go and give this a listen if you haven't heard it, because it's phenomenal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.